Last year I made a review video for a downhill biking game called Descenders. I was positive about the game and people seem to be positive about the video, so maybe this will be of interest to you. Although we don't usually make this type of video on the channel, this was a big enough update I felt it warranted it. Descenders is adding multiplayer. This is a quick vid and I wouldn't argue if you said that the contents are a snap judgment, but there was little choice for that as the beta was only open for 24 hours and I had fun. So with that in mind, low effort is going into the edit and in the background you can enjoy watching me crash many times. It's a short beta, but I believe I gave it enough of a shake to form an opinion. In this beta session there was a small but steady flow of players dropping in and out. I tried making an open lobby, but in 15 minutes not a single person had joined. Maybe it's me. So I was stuck with waiting in a queue for others to finish their games, which was a bit of a pain in the ass. Firstly, apart from the multiplayer being added, there have been a number of other additions during the early access cycle. Secondly, this game is still hard. I checked and it's actually been a full year since I last played it and I don't remember really being any better at it back then. Updates or not, it still doesn't stop people like me being garbage at this game. On the plus side for a lot of you, this is definitely a case of a lacking in my own fine motor skills rather than others, as in the few multiplayer games that I did get, I was getting absolutely smashed. Some folk just make it seem effortless. If you put in the time, I am sure that you can flow and that you can land tricks until the cows come home. After a few hours, I can still do none of those things. So back on track and straight off, is the multiplayer fun? Happily, this is a yes. Does it improve the overall game? Again, yes. Are there any problems? Well, a few, but nothing really major. I'll go over those in a second. If you were one of those also like me who played this on release last year and had not come back to it, then there are a number of changes. Some of them are seen in the multiplayer, some are not. We're not talking about a whole new overhaul, but these are additions from a small development team. The big changes. So there's a whole new environment, Valhalla. It was basically too tough for me. There's also now tricks that you can do with a dedicated button. You have a thing called crew members which you earn from increasing your rep, and these add buffs to your characters or changes to the maps. As all of the tracks are procedurally generated, I don't know what I'm supposed to be comparing them against, but I'm sure they're wonderful. This crew function, it's not in multiplayer, and that makes sense. What else that multiplayer removes from the single player is the live systems, so you can now bail as much as you want. I still like how you don't have to hit checkpoints, you just have to get to the bottom, but I do need them as I take a ton of resets and I can't be going all the way from the start every time. For multiplayer, it does make me smile that in the loading screen it says this is not a race. Play at your own speed. It definitely is a race, as you're given 30 seconds to finish after one of the good lads has already bossed you. And what I said last year, it still applies now. Once the steepness rises and the difficulty ramps up, I might as well just be a spectator in this game. I am simply a passenger. I'm holding on as I fall off for the 20th time that race, going at 100 kilometers per hour. What else? Let's see. There's no collision between players in multiplayer. If this was on, it would be carnage. The ramps and the tracks, they're thin enough as it is without like 6 lads trying to do a backflip off them. Also, yeah, any sort of chat is missing as far as I can tell. I'd like to see chat. Sometimes I just want to apologise for being slow. Other times I want to ask for people to be booted, as what I noticed in the multiplayer was that if someone goes away from keyboard, we were just waiting on them to come back. The devs on the community hub said to use the Discord to sort out your games, but I'm not doing that. I'm a fossil. I like things to stay like they were in the old days. I don't really have much else to say, so I'll end it about here. What is lovely to see is a game like this continually supported and added to over a year. It seems like it's a friendly team behind it who are open to the community and they are proud of what they've made. It's never going to be able to hang with the big boys in the sports game genre, so if they double down on what they're doing right, keep plugging away, I can see a long shelf life for this title. There were 4 biking puns in this video. I hope you enjoyed them. See you later.